God is with you. He's walking with you, working with you, and working through you and watching over you. And that's something that you need to be able to understand, that if God is working with me, I will win. If God is working through me, I will win. If God is watching over me, I will win. And that's something that you need to tell yourself. You see, sometimes we are not seeing what God is doing. We forget what God has done and what God is doing. And when every time you forget the work of God, you feel depressed. You feel like you have been left out. You feel lonely. You feel lost because you forget what God has done. Don't forget what God is doing. Don't forget what God did. And don't forget what God said. How do you know that God is working with you? What are the signs that will tell you that indeed God is working in your life? What are some of the signs that will tell you for sure God is with you? Hi, how are you? That's what we'll be talking about. My name is Syaviha Mulengya. I'm a musician, I'm an author, I'm a mentor, I'm a motivation speaker, and I'm a life coach. So I'm a minister of the gospel. My aim is sharing a message of hope, harmony, and healing. I believe people need hope to be able to start, to stand, and succeed. So as an author, there are books that I've written. I would like you to get them. This one of my book, You Have a Bright Future, Do Not Give Up, a book that will teach you how to stand, to stay strong, successful. And the other book is Secret for the Single, a book that will teach you on how to start a relationship, sustain it, and succeed in it. Get this book on Amazon. You can order them now and they will help you. How about this other book, Men Are Crying, Women Are Weeping, a book that will teach you on how to build a happy and a healthy marriage. Get this book on Amazon. They will bless you. Also, you can get on my website. And also, you can go to a bookshop near you. Look for this book by Syaviha Mulengya. Secret of Successful Teen and Youth, a great book for teenager and youth. And remember, you can buy for someone as a gift. And when you buy, you are supporting the ministry. Thank you so much for watching. Continue subscribing and watching more of our other messages. Today we'll be talking about the signs that will tell you that indeed God is working with you. When you see this sign, you need to learn to praise God. And sometimes God is doing things, but we are not seeing. God is doing a lot, but the problem, we are either not seeing or we are taking them for granted. Because when you take things for granted, you feel like they are not happening. Yes, the fact that you can walk, you can talk, you can see, you can sleep, you can sense things, those are some of the signs that showing that indeed God is at work in your life. You may not be able to understand. Sometimes we are looking for miracles when we forget the wonders that are happening in our lives. Do you know that it takes the hand of God for you to be where you are, to achieve what you have done, and to wake up, to walk? That's take the hand of God. But what are some of the signs that will tell you that indeed God is with you? One is His provision. God is giving you things for free. And the provision of the Lord, whatever you have, you receive it from God. So don't take it for granted. The fact that God is providing for you, that is a sign showing that God is with you, fighting for you, and providing for you, and guiding you. And one thing that you need to know, that God is with you. He's not away. And because He's with you, He will make a way, because He knows the way and He is aware. He is aware, He will make a way. So one thing, appreciate the provision of the Lord. Know that God is doing things great. And if you're not grateful enough, you'll start complaining. And one thing, if you keep forgetting what God has done, remember, one of the things that will help you to be strong in your Christian walk is remembering where God has taken you from. Don't forget the one thing that God has done. And that was a secret of David. When you read in 1 Samuel 17 verse 37, David was able to remember that God who fought for me. Can you remember the many things that God has done in the past? Most of the time, what God is doing, we forget it. And when we come across situation, we wonder and we ask ourselves, what should I do? But one thing we need to be able to remember. So the presence of God is one thing. It's a sign that indeed God is with you. The second thing is a peace of God. Having a peace of mind. It's a sign showing that indeed God's hand is upon you. You see, when God's hand is upon you, means the protection. God's protection is with you. And that's, you need to recognize God's protection. How many people, where you are going, where you have gone through, remember the many people who have missed out with many things. And the protection of God is watching over you. When you are sleeping, God is not sleeping. And the fact that you can wake up, that is one of the signs showing that indeed God is working in your life. The problem, the devil wants to blind you that you not see the great things that God is doing. And when you cannot see, you'll not be able to be grateful. And it is my prayer that you choose to be grateful in life. And if you choose to be grateful, indeed, you'll see your life happy. So, one thing that you need to see, the sign that I'll talk about 5 signs. 1 is a provision of the Lord in your life. Try to see the many things that God has blessed you with. The gift of life. It's take God's hand to be where you are. The peace of God. And the third thing is the presence of God. The fact that God is working with you every day. That is something that need to reminding you that indeed God is with me. And also His promises. God is fulfilling His promises in your life. The fact that God is fulfilling His promises in your life, that need to motivate you, need to remind you to remain humble, to remain focused, and to follow Him. And that will be able to help you to love Him, to listen to Him, to walk with Him, and to know Him better. Don't forget what God has done. God is doing great. The question, are you seeing the big thing that God is doing? God is saying something, but are you listening? God is giving you something, but are you receiving it? Also, God is with you, but can you sense His presence? The devil is a liar. He will show you the things that are not working, and want to deceive you, telling you that no, God has forgotten you. But God has not forgotten you. You are precious. You are in His plan. You are precious. You receive His provision. You are precious. God has a plan for you. You are precious. You will experience His presence, His peace, His provision in your life because you are precious. And that's something that you need to know, that I am precious. Be grateful if you want to be happy. Be grateful if you want to see great things happening in your life. Be grateful if you want to touch the world. Be grateful. And that's one way of opening more blessing. If you are not grateful for what you have, even you'll be complaining for what you will get. Fight that attitude. Thank you so much for watching. One thing I want you to remember, that the presence of God is with you. His promises, His provision, His peace, His power. So you can expect His provision. You will prosper. The fact that God is watching with you, watching over you, working with you, and working through you. You will make it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and share this message with someone. Don't complain. Complaining will block your blessing. That when you're grateful, you see great things. My name is Syaviha. I'm an author, I'm a mentor, musician, motivational speaker, minister of the gospel, and also an author of this book, You Have a Bright Future. Get these books on Amazon. You can order them now and they will bless you. How about this one? You Secret for Successful Teen and Youth, a great book for teenager. You can buy for someone. It's a way of supporting. And these books have great messages. Men Are Crying, Women Are Weeping, a book that will teach you how to keep your marriage, how to sustain that marriage and enjoy it. Secret for the Single, a book that will help you on how you can keep your relationship and enjoy it. God bless you. Remember, you are in God's plan. You have nothing to. Don't panic because you're in God's plan.